If I had to boil down what I think the key to winning the game of life is, it's this. Treat your life like a video game, not like a movie. And let me explain. When we are playing a video game, we are taking action, we are making moves, things are happening. That's how video games work. It would be super boring if they didn't. And it's also how life works. Whereas a movie is passive. It's meant to be watched, consumed, but you don't take action on it. So we don't want to watch our life pass by with no action. That's why you want to think of life like a role-playing game, and you are the main character. We want main character energy here, people. You see, when we start the game of life, we are appointed a random, no name, no skill character. Essentially, we're a human blob. Cute blobs, but pretty useless. Now, after we are given this random, no name character, over the next 20 years, we begin to build that character, the traits, the skills. This happens through school, our parents, caregivers, and all the life experiences that get us to the next step. Think of your only job is to build your avatar, to build your skills, your abilities, your knowledge, your strength, the assets that you have, everything you need to get to the next level of life. Doesn't that make school and education so much more fun? And all the initial battles and challenges we face are small, but when we beat them, we level up. So those exams and things that we learn at school that we don't think are important, instead of thinking of them as unimportant, just think these are one skill or one knowledge thing that I now have in my tool belt for when I get to the next level. Now, the better we get, the more difficult our challenges get, the bigger problems that we have to deal with, and we level up as we go through the game. Now, if we lose or we fail at something, understand that it is temporary. Maybe we're underleveled in that area, we are new at this, so you're not bad at something, you are new at something. We learn from our failures, we build up our skills, and then we try again later. This is what a gamer does when they're approaching a new game, and this is how I want you to look at life. Now, for me, this idea of leveling up completely changed my life. When I used to face challenges or problems, I would get stressed, I would get annoyed. One thing after another would come up, I feel like I'm whack-a-mole, hitting all the problems and constantly getting another one. And I would think, when will this be easier? Now let me ask you this, when does a video game get easier the more you level up? Never. Literally never. That would be a terrible game. Why would a game get easier the better you got at it? So assume life won't get easier, your job is to get better. Next, ignore your lizard brain. So our brains, these are hardwired for survival, not for impact or growth. You see, it's in our brain's best interest to lead us into a safe, comfortable, and often mediocre life. And this means we need to move against the natural tendency of our brain and choose discomfort. Doing hard, uncomfortable things will force us to grow, and this in turn will improve the neuroplasticity of the brain that will enable us to do even more hard things. Now, I'm not going to get into brain science, I'm not a brain scientist, but neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to adapt to new experiences and connections. That's what keeps it young. This means that as you get better, you will find that things that were challenging before get easier and easier. Soon, something that used to be difficult and take you a week is now like second nature. Just like a game, have you ever played a game and you were getting nowhere, you want to throw your controller across the room, and then suddenly something clicks. You practice a bunch and then you get past that level, and maybe a while later you look back and like, oh, I can't believe I ever used to have trouble with that. That is what's going to happen with all the different areas of your life. You see, as we go through the game of life, we will gather resources, assets, things to help us on our journey outside of our skills, and it's our job to allocate those resources in the best way to win the game in the long term. So when we're young, we have more time than money, so where can we be putting our time in order to get the best return? I'm a big believer of personal growth. The best asset that you have in your life is yourself. So your best initial asset to up level is yourself. Trade your time to up-level your skills and your education. And no, I'm not talking about school or a piece of paper or taking on student debt. I'm talking about you. You are the best investment, so start building your skills so that you can be as valuable as possible. This doesn't come from a certification, this comes from actually learning. Like I said, our mission is to build our character, and this doesn't come from staying comfortable. This comes from reading books, taking courses, learning new skills, meeting new people, building your network, traveling to new places, lifting weights, being fit, learning a new language. Think of all these different skill sets as gaining a life expansion pack. And this will allow you to unlock levels that we didn't know existed. Think about it, when you unlock new skills, you build your network, you're actually opening doors that you didn't previously see, just like in a game when you unlock new lands. This is your life expansion pack. Next, you want to choose your mission. So when we have built our foundational knowledge, we want to choose our life's mission. What do we want to do? What do we want to spend our time on? What is our purpose? Now in video games, there's always a goal or mission that you need to achieve for the game to complete it. This isn't always the case for our real life because traditional education doesn't teach us the important skill of goal setting. And this is why most people are merely surviving because they don't know how to set themselves a mission or a goal. Or even when they do have an idea for a mission, they wonder, what do I do next? When you aren't treating life like a video game, you could be living this same day, every day, for years with no diversions.
He's stuck.
Now, this reminds me of the Benjamin Franklin quote, which says, some people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. Now, if you're watching this video and this sounds like something you've been going through, no shame. That's where I was before starting my first business. Living the same day, day after day, feeling like something was missing, but not sure what to do next. Now, if you're not sure what your mission should be, again, figure out your core values, what's important to you, and this way you can align your mission towards what is important to you. And also, as you level up, you will learn what you're good at. Now, let's talk about leveling up. How do we level up and how do we learn from experts? So back in 2012, when I was stuck on the same life level for a while, I decided to take new action to get new results. Tony Robbins has this saying, if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always gotten. So if you are feeling stuck, try doing something different. Okay, I know where I want to go, but I don't know how to get there. You want to treat it like you're a gamer facing a difficult, seemingly impossible level. How do they figure it out? Well, often they go to YouTube, which you're watching this video on, and they watch someone play that level to see how they did it. Now, is that cheating? Possibly to some, but it works. And in life, it's not cheating. It is working smart and not hard. In life, we can do the same thing with people that have experienced the same life level before. No problem is unique to you. So find and learn from those who have gone before you. And again, work smart, not hard. And this doesn't have to be expensive, and you don't have to go out and find some huge mentor. Books are a perfect example of doing this cheaply. An expert who is likely a master at their craft condense their knowledge into a book form for you to learn from. And this life expansion pack will usually only cost you between $10 and $20. What a steal. And once you've read it, you apply the knowledge, you are now at a different life level. No one can take those skills away once you have them. This is why I'm so bullish on investing in yourself, because once you have those skills, they can't be taken away from you. In a bad market, in a recession, you still have those. If you invest your money into stocks that you have no control of, in a down market or recession, the value could be completely halved, as we've seen recently, and instead, you don't have anything to show for it. Whereas if you're taking that money and putting it into books, courses, things like that, you are just basically giving yourself skills that no one can take from you. Why do I say this? Because everything I've created in my life and business are a result of this. Reading books, taking courses, finding mentors, applying what I've learned, not my university degree in architecture. And this doesn't just pertain to work or business. Any area of your life, skill, personal thing, you can find a book of someone that knows what they're doing. For example, when I turned 30, I actually kind of came out and realized I wanted to date women. Didn't know what to do or how to do it, was completely new with it. But I bought some books, I learned some things, and now I'm married to this babe. So, anything that you want to learn, someone is an expert in. And that's why I never think twice about buying books or courses. Even if I get one small thing from it, it is worth it because I'm adding it to my tool stack and it will come with me for the rest of my life. It's actually one of the reasons why I created Best Self. I wanted to create the tools to allow people to become the best version of themselves, to build up their avatar. You see, we have life expansion packs for all different areas of your life. We have the self journal, which allows you to set and achieve goals in 13 weeks. We have relationship journals, which is a way to become a better partner. We have thinking time deck, a tool to think strategically in your business. We have the icebreaker deck, which is created to spark meaningful conversation. We have Little Heroes journal, which is empowering kids to build a growth mindset. So all of these is something that I wish that I had way back in the day, and I wanted to create tools to help other people sort of build this expansion pack without needing as many books. These tools we created with experts in order to essentially give you these life expansion packs for a low price and a low barrier to entry on your time. Next part is building your tribe. Play long-term games with long-term people. All returns in life, whether in wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. The more life levels that you complete, the fewer people you will find on the same level as you, unless you seek them out. This is why I said this, what I'm teaching, will get you ahead of 99% of people. Now, I've shared in the link below how I've done it. I moved here in 2012. I didn't know anyone, and I've built a crazy network, even as an introvert, and I'll share some links below of how I've done it. The best way to surround yourself with interesting people is, guess what? Doing interesting things yourself. Again, main character energy here, all the way through in every single part of your life. When you're adding skills, you're crafting your network, you're being healthy, you will become the type of person that people want to be around because they want to be more like you, and people like to be around people that they either want to be like or that they are like. In dating and finding a life partner, you could make a list of the type of person you want to be with, but what will really move the needle is if you figure out the traits that this type of person would be attracted to, and then you become that. You become the type of person that that person would want to be with, because if you meet that person and you're not the person that they would want to be with, it doesn't matter. So you could meet the perfect person, but you are not the perfect person, so become that person. And that's why it's really important to surround yourselves both with people at your level and people above your level. And when you get to a certain level, the knowledge for up-leveling can become more difficult because there are fewer people able to share it. Think of an Olympian. There's only a certain number of people that are going to compete in the Olympics, and so if they want to get advice, they have to find people that have done it before. So that's kind of how, as you up-level, things will get more difficult and there will be less people to share it, and you actually might become a person sharing this as you learn it. Actually, it's one of the reasons my friend Nathan Barry started his money newsletter, because he didn't know anyone else sharing what they did with their money above a certain level. And he shares everything, like how much he's putting in stocks, what he has in real estate, what he's making on Airbnb, all of that stuff, which is usually not something people share. And by him sharing it, he's up-leveled himself even more. Now, you're watching this video, you're thinking, okay, what now? The daily quest. My call to action to you is look at your life and where you've been passive, watching like a movie instead of playing it like a video game. The key to making a switch is going to be in your day-to-day. This is where small incremental changes will compound and make a huge difference. So be intentional with your time. Plan your day before it starts. I like pen and paper. I use a self-journal because I map out what I want to achieve every day. And some questions you could bookend your day with. So say you want to start this tomorrow. Here's some questions I would consider at the end of every day to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. What skill am I trying to improve? What action can I make today that will level up my health, my skills, my relationships, whatever area it is you're trying to improve? Which areas of my life am I under-leveled? And who has the cheat codes for what I want to do on my mission, and how do I learn from them? Now you have your instructions. Go about your daily quest and win the game of life. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and if you're curious what sort of challenges I faced and what I've up-leveled, check out my video on how I dealt with a embezzler in my company. I share all the details.